Do you want to do the intro or should I do the intro?
I feel like you're the lead guy in this.
So I think we're both the lead.
No,
well, welcome back to Thespian Thoughts. That's the new name
Thespian Thoughts, okay.
of the podcast. I don't know if we've settled on it yet, but for now, it's Thespian Thoughts. You taught me a new word last time.
What?
Thespian.
I feel like a good handshake for us would be this.
And I'm going to teach you a new word this time.
What?
I saw it. You can even check it. It's called thespian.
Thespian.
That is a lesbian who is also an actress and an artist.
Didn't we discuss this last podcast?
No, we didn't discuss thespian. We just discussed thespian.
I feel like you need to do a better job at maybe rewatching the podcast. Not that I have, but...
Do you know any thespians?
I can't say I do. What about you? Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. What are we doing, hey? As much as we love to spread the word of God, let's
I don't mind that.
I mean, but you know, I want to focus more on those, like...
And I want to mention one more thing.
Beautiful features.
One of our many fans mentioned that you look like John Oliver.
Yeah.
And I agree.
Yeah, I saw that comment too.
Like a young, handsome John Oliver.
Yeah, I saw that comment too. Listen, I'm pretty fired up about it.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?
You know, you get to I think a stage, and sometimes, I mean, not everyone, but you know, when you're dealing with the notoriety that we're getting and being just surrounded by, you know, I feel like everywhere I go now, they say, hey, like, oh, you're Timur's buddy. Oh, you do that thing with Timur. Oh, you're...
But now...
And I'm okay
now
with
you're John Oliver.
And now I'm John... Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, so the second episode, we are reviewing the movie Speed. 1990... I can't remember, 1994 maybe?
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves. You know what's funny? You kind of look like a retired... a retired Keanu Reeves from Speed.
Thank you.
40 years later... becomes alcoholic, gets a little stubble going.
Thank you. Yeah. That's pretty much me in a nutshell. I thought you were going to see retarded Keanu Reeves. I mean, I wouldn't disagree with you necessarily, but yeah, no, great movie, great film.
Sick movie.
Yeah,
A lot of fun.
Hey, a lot of fun. Listen, Keanu Reeves,
he's sick.
Like, he's incredible. He could very well be a robot. Like, just, you see the way, like, just the way he moves, the way he runs, the way he talks, just, and a young Keanu Reeves with a shaved head, too.
Ooh, looking good.
Dang.
You know, I read that the bad guy in the movie was initially supposed to be Jeff Daniels.
Okay.
But it just wasn't believable. You know Jeff Daniels, his partner that dies?
Yeah.
But they just couldn't believe it, so they made the other guy the bad guy.
Which was a good move. I wish, you know what? Yeah, I think it was a great move. Jeff Daniels kind of weirds me out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can't take him seriously after watching Dumb and Dumber. I feel like he can only be in funny movies.
Yeah. Even like Dumb and Dumber was, I guess, good. I gotta watch that again. I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah, it's hard to take him. He just gave me like weird dude vibes, I guess. It's the juxtaposition. So it's on one hand you have Jeff Daniels. He's giving me weird dude vibes. I'm very confident in my heterosexuality. And then
what?
And then Keanu Reeves, young Keanu Reeves with a shaved head, like, talk about bringing out these dormant homosexuals. But
are you coming out?
No, but I'm just saying that this
would be a good platform to come out.
I'm just saying. On one hand, you got the guy that's just like, ugh. On the other hand, like, you got the guy that's just like, oh.
Okay, let's focus on the movie, I think.
Okay.
How does the movie start? Oh, yeah, the movie starts with the terrorist.
Yep.
It's a retired... They don't know this yet.
Okay.
But he's a retired bomb expert from the LAPD who is setting off bombs all around LAPD for $3.7 million. A lot of money back in the day.
Wow.
So he sets up a bomb on an elevator in some nice building. Did you see that one part? It was pretty funny. The bomb goes off. There's like a little hole that opens up.
And the one woman gets sucked in.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was really cool. But she lived.
She lived.
Yeah. She lived. Which, I mean, I was a bit disappointed.
It would have been kind of funny if she fell all the way through.
Yeah.
Sick.
So,
you know what? Only one person died.
Yeah. only one person died, and the suspense, not to like spoiler alert here, at the end, one of the last scenes at the airport, I was convinced that the guy pulling the plane was going to die. Anyways, we'll talk about that later.
yeah, that guy.
And then all of a sudden you see him get out. And,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Man, my wife loves this movie. She thought it was such a romantic movie back in the day.
Keanu Reeves, shaved head.
And Sandra Bullock. And Sandy, you're forgetting about
Well, I'm just
the
telling you
female
why.
lead.
I'm just telling you why your wife loves this movie.
No, she likes the chemistry.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I would say if I was your wife too.
Anyways, so this bomb expert, he's like a real smart dude. He's a brainiac.
Yep. Keanu.
No.
Or the bad guy. Okay. Because Keanu and Jeff Daniels, are they both part of the bomb squad?
No, I think Jeff Daniels is the bomb expert.
Oh, okay. They're just.
But he's on the SWAT team too, and Keanu is like the young gun, like a fucking cowboy.
LAPD.
LAPD.
Yeah. Freeze!
Actually, what's the saying he says in the movie over and over again?
I got a need for speed. Does he?
No, he says like, oh yeah, pop quiz, asshole, freeze.
Oh yeah. Pop
Yeah.
quiz.
Yeah,
You got 85 hostages in there. Actually, those are good parts of the movies.
Oh yeah. So anyway, then these guys somehow rig up Keanu and Jeff Daniels somehow rig up the elevator to a weird metal cable line to save the elevator once it drops.
Yep.
I don't know how they knew that it was going to be up top, that cable line. Anyways, they attach
He's
it.
a bomb expert.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's always cable lines everywhere.
Yeah.
The bad guy blows the brakes. Elevator falls.
Yeah.
The cable catches it.
Yeah.
And then Keanu and Jeff run downstairs, open up a door. I don't know how they find all these doors. Right into the elevator.
It's movie magic.
Yeah.
Is what that
and
is.
then all these people are sort of coming out. Do you remember that one older woman? She's like 50. She's like, just like
In the
frozen
back.
with fear. She's like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
She's the last one.
Yeah.
She's the last one that they get off. And in my head, if I was thinking, so how it is they're unloading about 7 or 8 people, which I should mention that Nick Cage makes a cameo in this movie. Did you see that guy in the elevator?
Like the dressed up guy?
I saw Nick Cage and Kevin Bacon in this movie.
Oh,
Doppelgangers.
Kevin Bacon on the bus.
No, not on the bus. That's
the guy from
Ferris
Ferris
Bueller.
Bueller, yeah.
No, Kevin Bacon was. You might not remember this, but when they go to shut off all the cameras at the airport, there's a cameraman, or to tap into the feed, there's a cameraman, and then like there's what I would imagine is his producer.
Oh,
that
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of flips around.
Yeah.
The
Yo,
corner.
he's-
And instantly I was like, Kevin Bacon.
That guy's kind of sassy, eh?
Which one?
The producer who's like retaping the film. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So
anyway, so there's what 7 or 8 people in the elevator, and then it gets down to the last 2. So they've evacuated 6 people. There's 2 people left. One of which is that woman who freezes.
Yeah.
And then there's a man. He's going, "Come on, lady, come on."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Forget you," and he jumps up. I'm thinking in my head like, man, just put her down. I mean, but then you got probably about 160, 170 pounds. Like she didn't.
that would have
she
been
was-
pretty good.
she was-
170 pounds.
Well, she was a bit
bigger.
She was a
woman.
bit heavier.
She
I
was,
mean, I don't know.
She wasn't.
Camera
she-
does add a few pounds.
Yeah.
So sorry.
But she
100
wasn't. She was eating some donuts at lunch and every day.
Oh yeah, I mean, but she's just enjoying life, like a lot of us, you know.
Yeah, she got an office job. It's not a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I feel like that's normal. Like 90s, 2000s. That beyond that, it's like
On the weekends,
we've
she's
been
going
born
out.
and bred to be fat, lazy pieces of shit.
Okay, relax.
Right? That's just
Relax, bro.
whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I was thinking just clock her one.
Yeah. I thought she wasn't gonna come out and she was gonna just drop with the elevator.
Do you see how slow the elevator was moving? Like I know it was suspended by like a cable.
Yeah.
But even when like suspended by a cable, what it's holding on to completely breaks off.
Yeah.
And then
the elevator only moved like an inch.
An inch.
Yeah. I was like,
An
what's
inch.
going on?
But you see the cable and what it's attached to.
It's moving.
It's moving like
Yeah.
10 feet.
Yeah.
And it's moving quick. But then
Yeah.
the elevator just goes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a little weird. You know, that would have been a good spot where maybe Keanu was trying to reach for the lady, and like maybe her head gets popped off or something. That would have been
Or
good.
maybe he gets pinned between the elevator and the elevator
And
door.
Jeff Daniels comes in. He's like,
but he's sitting there and the cable's gone. The cable hits the top of the elevator, and it's just him wedged in there, and he's like, "Quick, get her! I can't flex my abs for much longer."
That'd been nice.
I would have.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. So the elevator drops. Nobody dies. The guy.
Nobody dies. Yeah, nobody dies. I was a little annoyed. Nobody dies at all.
Nobody dies.
Someone's gotta die.
Well, Jeff Bridges is down because he's like, my life. You know, I've got a wife. My life could have been over.
Daniels.
Daniels.
Is it Jeff Bridges?
No, Daniels. You're right.
Anyway, so then they run after. Somehow they know where the bomb maker is. I don't know how they found him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's in the elevator. He's in the next elevator.
And he's thinking to himself, how did they foil this plan?
Yeah, he's like, damn, I'm the brainiac. He's shooting them with a shotgun.
Oh,
they're shooting him with the guns.
Yeah. But how they find him is Keanu, like, Jeff Daniels and Keanu are kind of are celebrating them saving like 7-8 people. And then they look at each other, and then Keanu almost like puts his nose in the air and goes, "Do you smell that? He's here."
Yeah, he does. Like,
I don't think he said, "Do you smell that?" But
he said he knew. He had that SWAT instinct.
Yeah, he did.
Cop instinct.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Anyways, they meet. The guy has some sort of joystick or device to control all.
Dude, that is a huge like Xbox controller. What is that? Yeah. Like, why can't you just make a smaller one? It's this gigantic thing. He's like, you better watch out.
Yeah.
It's so 90s, eh?
So much would be different. Like, I had to ask myself, it's like, man, like, you know, this never could have, could this happen nowadays? And, oh no, I was like, man, like, all this stuff, we don't get to experience these cool heists, like, you know, nowadays, because you can't make it really believable. Like, he would have been...
Yeah. Back then, you don't question it.
Or wait, though, I mean, because, like, he would have been just super undercover, like... there's a lot of like cameras that he uses and this and that, and he relies during the bus chase on the news cameras to show him everything that's going on, or at least that's what we're led to believe.
Yeah, he's a tech guy.
But he does have this little camera about this big.
It's about this big. It's attached right here. I don't know how no one saw it. Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay. So he gets away.
No, he grabs Jeff Daniels.
Grabs Jeff.
I didn't really get this part at all. And Keanu shoots Jeff Daniels to take him out of the equation.
Yeah. So I mean, that just ties the. So, as they're coming in to fix this elevator problem, that's the whole pop quiz hotshot. You have, I forget the line, but it's something about you have a hostage and this and that. What do you do? And Keanu says you shoot the hostage and
take him out of the equation.
And then they find themselves in like in a scenario where it's like, what do you do? And what does Keanu do? He shoots the hostage.
You know, it's funny how the guy's like, I'm gonna blow it, and then he like runs away, but he has that like evil laugh, like
yeah.
Runs off, and then it blows. You're like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
That little comment.
Dastardly.
Do the laugh.
You're hot, Keanu!
He doesn't say Keanu.
It does. Okay, so he gets away. And things have cooled down. Jeff
Daniels gets wasted that night.
Gets absolutely torn out. Oh, okay. That night, a few things. Did you see the police chief's wife? Did you notice her? She doesn't say anything.
That's his wife?
Well, I mean,
she's on the dance floor?
Yeah.
With the other dude?
With Keanu. She does the head twirl.
She's not dancing with Keanu, dude.
Yeah, trust me. She's dancing with Keanu.
No, there was somebody else, I thought.
Is it? I thought it was
like a skinny white guy.
Keanu.
I thought it was somebody else. Because Keanu is getting drunk with Jeff Daniels and the chief. Although, I don't think it's the chief. Isn't it like the lieutenant or something, or the LT?
Or whatever. Like, they're superior. Okay. They're superior. Yeah. Her acting was just absolutely superb. If you do, if you get a chance to rewatch this movie or watch this movie, pay attention to that
nice dame.
That bar scene. And she doesn't say a thing, but whoo,
she's like,
so then that's where I have a bit of an issue, right? So she's a what looks like a strong, proud black woman, and then they have her on the dance floor,
and she's like,
and she's doing the worst dance moves ever.
And the chief doesn't care.
Come on, man, come on, like let her.
I feel like she'd be a lot more elegant,
No, yeah.
What's that?
that's rhythm.
Okay, okay. So they're all getting drunk.
Yeah.
And they wake up the next morning.
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels is hungover at the office.
Oh, and so begins the worst day of any man's life.
And Keanu gets a coffee,
Yeah.
runs into a bus driver. Bus driver gets on the bus. Bus blows up.
It's the local bus driver because Keanu knows who
Somehow
he is.
he knows them all.
Bob.
Yeah, he knows them all.
He knows them all. This takes place in L.A.
It's a small town.
Small town of L.A. and Keanu knows the bus driver, or maybe the bus driver knows Keanu. Clearly,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to want to get to know somebody when they're Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Young Keanu Reeves. Sorry, we go back there. Anyway, they say, hey, they say, oh, good to see Bob. Oh, good to see you too, Keanu. And
I don't even remember his name. John, maybe?
I don't either. And gets in his bus, drives 20 meters, 40 meters.
Yeah, boom.
Boom, massive explosion. Keanu's running to see if he can help the bus driver. It's too late, unfortunately. The bus driver dies, or at least we're led to believe that he dies. His bus is blown into smithereens.
Then the phone rings.
And then
Dude, how come in every single 90s movie, the phone's always ringing at the booth? The bad guy always calls the phone booth.
Yeah, well, I mean, wouldn't you? Like this,
Have you ever tried that?
What, calling a phone booth?
Is that possible?
I feel like... No, I haven't. I've never tried it.
I feel like I would have done it if that was possible as a kid.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it would have been a lot of fun talking to strangers.
I would have just tried it as a kid. I would have.
There's a bomb on the bus. Like, yeah.
Anyway, so there's another bomb on another bus.
Yeah.
And bus 2525.
Yeah.
And
so the phone rings. It's the guy. It's the bad guy.
it's the bad guy.
It's the bad guy.
And
Yeah.
Keanu's in hot pursuit of the bus.
Yeah. Can I say, and then that starts, I think, what a lot of people know Speed to be is like a movie shot on a bus, right? Don't go below 50.
Yeah, you know what I read? I read a movie fact, a fun fact, a quiff. Right?
Okay. Yep.
Right? What's a quiff?
Absolutely.
What's a quiff?
It's a cold hard fact.
That's
man.
right. QHF, is that how you spell it?
Well, C.
Is that right?
C, cold, H.
I thought we were going to say Q because it'd be kind of cool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, hey, listen.
Anyways,
There's two ways to slice a tomato, right?
I'll give you another.
Hey, there's two ways to...
I'll give you another quiff.
Okay.
Originally in the movie,
Yep.
they were supposed to go only 20 miles,
Oh.
and they couldn't go below 20.
Okay.
That would have been pretty funny. They're just going super slow. The cops are just walking beside them, like, "How you guys doing? Want some coffee? It's gonna be a while."
Yeah.
That was
That's
ridiculous.
pretty cool. I didn't know that.
50 miles is pretty fast.
Yeah, 50 miles is pretty quick. 50 miles is pretty quick.
Anyways, he catches up to the.
So just I went into this last night thinking, oh, I'm gonna watch a movie of Keanu on a bus. Like, I'm gonna spend an hour and a half of my life sitting there. I mean, like, it doesn't sound too appealing to me.
No.
But then you get into it. Like, just when the movie starts off, I forgot about the elevator scene.
Dude, it was a fun movie.
I think it was a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. Classic.
Classic.
Everybody knows Speed.
Everybody knows Speed. Everybody knows Speed, and it's it's not just an incredibly handsome man sitting on a bus with a decent woman.
Sandy Bullock?
Oh, I love Sandy.
Come on, Sandy is
Total
like
box.
a heartthrob,
Total
especially
box.
back then.
And just the way she carries herself in this movie, it's like, oh my goodness, total fox.
Yeah, that is classic Sandy Bullock, like that whole acting that she
Is
does.
it?
The play. I mean, I thought so.
Yeah, okay.
So what happens next?
So they're.
Remember he steals the guy's car, the black dude's car, who's apparently in the music business because it says like Tune Man or something on his license
the
plate.
Jaguar.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jaguar. Yeah.
Nice catch.
The Jaguar. And so he gets in a Jaguar, tries to stop a bus. So sees the bus. They're on the interstate.
Yeah.
And he's trying to catch up so he can get on the bus because he wants to stop the bus from blowing up.
And the bus it can't go under 50, otherwise the bomb gets armed. Can't. Once it goes over 50, it can't go under anymore.
Can't go under again. Yeah. So they're going through a construction zone. He sees the bus. He gets out of the car he was driving, tries to catch up to the bus. Bus takes off, gets in the Jaguar, and then hot pursuit towards the bus.
Hot pursuit. Breaks the guy's door.
Breaks
the
the guy's-
Jaguar's door.
Breaks the guy's door, and that kind of the scene it kind of just brings the movie, like, just really kicks off what's about to happen.
Yeah.
In the Jaguar, he's trying to holler at the bus driver.
Babe, hey. Oh, sorry, I just called you babe.
Whoa, all this Keanu talk is getting to you.
A bus driver's haircut's pretty wild.
Pretty wild. Yeah, pretty cool.
Like, is that allowed?
Is that allowed? Yeah, I'd say it's allowed. Frig. I mean, like, that's pretty slick, too. Like, I was really impressed by the bus driver. What's his name, Sam?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Sammy?
I think they just call him bus driver.
No. They all knew the bus driver.
Everybody knows all the bus drivers.
They all knew the bus driver. So the bus driver's sitting there driving. They pull up to on the left-hand side, so out of his driver's side window. He's looking, going, what's this guy on about? He's going, LAPD.
And they're speeding.
Oh, well, and they just went over 50.
Yeah.
And they just got over 50, and but the bus driver can't hear him. So he instructs, Keanu's driving the Jaguar, the music guy's in the passenger seat. He instructs him, okay, write down on a piece of paper, say there's a bomb on the bus. the guy's like, oh, okay. Writes down bomb on the bus. Keanu pulls up in front of the bus. They're driving, looking back, and the music man who's supposed to be holding up this sign so the people behind, the bus driver behind him can see him, lets go of the sign.
That was kind of a cool little play.
That was
I like that.
To me, that was the scene. The sign smack on the window with a piece of paper. It's fluttering. It says bomb on the bus.
That was pretty sweet.
And then all of a sudden it goes. It's like I don't know what kind of shot you call that, but the camera looks at the bus driver head on, and it kind of zooms in, and you got that suspense music.
Yeah.
And we're on.
His hair's flowing.
Well, his hair was already flowing.
Yeah, we're on. We're on
and we're ready to go.
Yeah.
And that kind of kicks off the bus.
Then he gets on the bus.
Gets on the bus. I mean, not much that ruins the guy's Jaguar.
That poor guy crashes into like water canisters?
Water canisters.
And he's okay.
Oh, he's great. No seatbelt on. They just literally jumped into the driver's seat, but couldn't hold on to the car and veered off, hit the barrier of like oil containers of water.
Yeah.
Could you imagine there was oil in there?
Yeah, if this was Face Off, that'd be oil containers. It'd be a massive fireball.
Little, like, what is it, sparklers going everywhere. Anyway, so he's on the bus, and now...
and then some, like, this Mexican felon thinks that Keanu's after him, so pulls a gun on him.
So I was going to say that we start now learning a bit about the characters and who's on the bus.
Okay, yeah.
Because there's I don't know, 10 people on the bus maybe.
Gigantor,
yeah. They call Gigantor.
I don't know why they call him Gigantor.
Yeah.
Just ask his name. Ortiz, right?
Ortiz.
Gigantor.
But yeah, like you were saying, what is it? One of the guys,
the shorter Mexican guy, apparently he's like a felon or something.
When he learns there's a cop on the bus, gets a bit frightened.
Yeah.
And so he jumps up with a gun and points at Keanu.
Yeah.
And Keanu tries to, and I think it's working for the most part. He tries to de-escalate the situation.
Yeah. Really ahead of his time.
Absolutely. Right? I mean,
keeping it cool, de-escalation, puts his gun away. He's like, dude, I'm just a guy today. I'm not a cop.
Just a guy today.
Well played. I was impressed.
Yeah, so was I. I mean, I thought that's how it was going to end, that we were going to get another ally in this group of people not wanting to die by explosion on a bus.
Yeah.
And
then Ortiz, the big Gigantor guy, big Latin dude with a ponytail, takes down the small felon. But in the struggle, the felon ends up shooting the bus driver by mistake.
What would you do?
What do you mean?
If you were Gigantor? If you were Ortiz? Guy pulls a gun, you have...
I'd probably just sit back because you don't know where that boat's going to go. Just wait till the FBI agent de-escalates. Let him handle it.
Well, he's not FBI, first of all. He's
LAPD.
He's a visible minority. Maybe he's feeling like this guy's not going to be able to get this job done properly. And
he doesn't trust the LAPD.
He doesn't trust the
LAPD.
You're Ortiz, right. As much as he's completely
on
board.
He's a good guy. He's like, this guy can't do his job.
This guy,
he's not here for me.
So what would you do? Like, I would have a hard time. Like, it's easy for me to sit here and say this, but I would have a hard time if I saw a guy with a gun pointed at somebody else who's clearly a bit unhinged. I think I'd try to make a play on that, just to kind of help. It's like, what would you do if you were driving down the street and you saw some guy wrestling with a cop on the side of the road? Would you stop or would you keep driving?
Well, I'd help.
Yeah.
But that's different.
Well,
Listen, anyone, there's a kid on the bus. A kid could get shot if you like interfere.
there's no kids on the bus.
They could have been, I'm saying.
Yeah, but think about, okay, here's another one.
Because this guy wasn't
here's
out to
another
kill
one.
somebody. He was just afraid.
Hey, this is probably what happened. The mind of Ortiz. Ortiz is sitting there. He sees all this going on. He looks to his right.
Do Ortiz's accent.
I can't do it justice.
Just try.
He's so crazy that sometimes when I sit on the... That's...
No, yeah, that's fine. Keep going.
Okay. No. So...
And he always has a conflict because people think he's gigantic. He doesn't like it. He's like, I'm tiny. Whatever. I'm so tiny. I'm cute.
And...
Oh, Mr. Hot Cop.
but okay.
Oh, your head is shaved. Are you shaved down below? He says that, right? On the bus?
He said, are you shaved down below?
Like, Giganto, shut up!
But this is what... So Ortiz is sitting there. He's seeing all this goes down and he looks to his right. He sees Sandra Bullock. He's like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. And he's like, watch this. I'm going to impress the penis of her. And he makes a move, like hoping that this is going to be what, and then ask her out on a date. But anyway, so it doesn't go as planned. Makes a move, gun goes off, shoots Sammy, the bus driver, in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one created a little tourniquet for Sammy. Sammy was just bleeding out the entire time.
There's a lot going on.
Okay, fine.
There's a lot going on.
Anyway, so then Sandy, her name is, I think, Annie in the movie.
Annie. Okay.
Annie takes over as bus driver.
Yeah.
And she's wonderful. She plays
great.
Like, the chemistry between the two is awesome.
She's great. Yeah.
I feel like they were just flirting the entire time. And they couldn't help it. Like, as Keanu and Sandra, but also as the LAPD and Annie. They were just flirting. They couldn't help it. Just too much chemistry.
Yeah. I think it started off like Sandy was... I think not like just she's just that girl. She's just a really nice girl, puts herself out there, a lot of humor, really funny. And Keanu to me was like more of a I'm a cop, it's my life. And it's like he was like the tough nut that needed to be cracked, and she cracked it.
Oh, she cracked it. And then Ortiz in the back nuts. Ortiz in the back like, ooh, Ortiz like, what's going on?
I can watch this forever.
Man, I saw on, you know what, I don't know what talk show, but Keanu talks about how he had a gigantic crush on Sandra during the filming and after. And Sandra Bullock said the same thing about him.
Oh my
but they both didn't know that they had crushes on each other.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty cute.
It's called a love line.
Is it?
Well, it's not a love triangle.
Ring, ring, ring.
It's not love. It's like just, there's no, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, it's not love. I just knew that.
So then what happens? And then Jeff Daniels is sleeping on his desk.
Yeah, hungover, yeah.
Like, looking for his buddy. Mm-hmm. Buddy calls, hey, there's a bus there's a bum on the bus. I can't go less than 50. Send the boys. Right? And then
the boys come.
The LT and his boys are on the chopper.
Yep.
They're trying to clear the way. Sandy's trying to like get away from cars. There's like all this LA traffic.
Yeah. Keanu's like, get to the chopper.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
And then, so they show up, pull up beside the bus.
And a gigantic, huge hidden camera. It's about 6 feet by 6 feet.
Well, they don't see that yet.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
They don't see that yet. So they pull up to the bus. Keanu's got clear instructions on what he cannot do, which is go below 50 or let anybody off the bus. So they're stuck on the bus. Cops pull up. Keanu's explaining all this to him. Keanu does have a phone, I should add.
Oh yeah, he stole it from the guy in the Jaguar, the Toon Man.
Yeah. So on that phone gets a call. It's the bad guy.
You know what I was thinking the entire time?
What's that?
The battery's gonna run out. On that phone.
The phone?
Like today's batteries run out pretty, not that bad.
Yeah.
Back then, dude, you got 20 minutes.
You
top.
suck.
You know what I mean?
There's no battery safe.
It'd be funny if they have a big giant battery of the bus and it's just like plug it in. Ortiz is like, I take care of it. Mr. Officer, I take care of it.
I got you. Anyways, they show up. So priority number one, get the bus driver off the bus. He needs some medical help.
He needs some medical help. So they get him off.
So, they work a deal that...
because the terrorist's on the phone.
Yeah.
They work a deal. The terrorist is like, okay, you know what? I want my money. Maybe this will help me get the money faster. Get Sammy off the bus.
Get Sammy off the bus. So there was a... so they get Sammy off the bus, but it's not the end of the action for this scene.
First time...
Somebody dies.
You go ahead.
First time somebody dies.
Lay out the scene.
Just this character. Okay, so the character that's about to perish... she's just like...
She's kind of annoying.
Man, she was in that same lady, I feel like plays that character.
Yes, always.
Donnie Darko, she's the crazy lady.
She's got that look.
She's got that look, and she's got that voice, too.
Yeah.
And...
like, if she wasn't going to die, I would have just kicked her off. She was too...
I think it was inevitable, yeah. I think at some point...
you kind of knew something was going to happen to her, because she just always plays that part.
Yeah. So it was one of those things where it's like I was almost relieved.
Yeah,
so
I was relieved too.
She sees the guy, not Ortiz, rather, Sammy the bus driver. She sees him getting off and sees the vehicle beside them, which is like a tractor trailer running parallel to them.
With the SWAT team on.
And the SWAT team members, for whatever reason, say, come on, ma'am, jump. And she gets it in her head. She turns into a bit of a zombie and starts to walk towards the door. And then before she could leap, the terrorist who's watching this, at this point we're thinking he's watching this by news helicopter.
Yeah. Blows off the stairs to the bus.
And
small, localized bomb. She gets run over.
She's gone.
And she's gone.
And I wasn't really...
They were only upset for like a few minutes. And they were like, well, whatever.
Yeah, like, I think the cops, the city officials were more like the bus. We already lost one earlier today.
Man, we have to fix the stairs.
Think about the disabled. Yeah. How are they going to navigate this the walkway?
Yeah. Can Ortiz fix the stairs in the bus?
I'm on it.
I'm on it.
So, yeah. Anyway, so we're down a passenger.
Okay, and then the most ridiculous scene ever.
Okay.
The most ridiculous scene. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I completely believed it when I first watched the movie. This is like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It seemed really ridiculous. The chief gets a call that the highway... So they go onto a new highway, which is unfinished.
Yeah.
Part of it is unfinished. There's like 50 meters, apparently.
I don't think we should say... I don't think ridiculous is the word. I feel like...
Pretty cool? Because you know what? When it did happen, I was pretty excited. Yeah. I was like, oh, damn!
Yeah.
So it's like 50... Is it 50 feet? It must be 50 feet.
Yeah, I forget
how far. They're like... There's a section, there's a road closure. I guess it's a flyover. Mm-hmm. And Keanu's like, to Sandra or Annie, there's a piece of road missing. She's like, what? He's like, floor it. It goes from 50 to 70 miles. That's it.
Yeah, wait.
It just goes like this.
The best was, Chief, we have a problem. Like, what is it? Chief's got his map out.
Yeah.
He's like, there's a section of road that's missing, or it's not finished yet. And he's got this paper map. He goes, the map says it's finished. He goes, well, they're lying. Like, son of a...
Yeah. Well, they're out of time.
It's like, whose idea was it to print these maps a bit, early? Or maybe the police just got an advanced copy.
You know what? Construction corruption.
Wow, did you just break that open? I feel like that's... I don't know if we should be talking about that, man. Like,
happens a lot around this city. I can tell you that much.
Said it, not me.
Young and Eglinton. Hey? Disaster.
Hey?
Disaster.
There's
definitely some corruption going on there.
Construction corruption. That sounds like a...
Quiff? No.
Yeah, that's a quiff.
That could be a quiff.
You can make that quiff into a song.
Okay, next episode.
Construction corruption. Nice.
Okay, why don't you play out the scene when they go... She just floors it, and the bus goes from like... Zzz, to like zzz, and she's just flooring it. She's like
Keanu, you're squeezing my shoulder too hard. Like, sorry. Floor it. Okay.
I am flooring it. I've been flooring it.
I should be Sandra Bullock. You should be Keanu.
Okay.
No, but anyway, they floor it. They hit it. They had to jump. I mean, we all knew it was gonna happen.
And the bus, maybe it's built in a certain aerodynamic way.
Oh,
The road's flat, but somehow it takes an incline jump,
Yeah.
flies up, goes 50 feet further, maybe 60,
Yeah,
lands safely.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, Chief is like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Everyone's loving it. They all make it. And then Keanu is like, Annie, go off to the right. We're going to the airport.
Yeah.
Pretty smart thinking. He's a brainiac.
he's a brainiac.
Because you can't get any, what do you call it? Newscast helicopters.
Oh,
because it's
yeah,
all
around the airport.
protected airspace.
Yeah.
Right? That way, the terrorists can't see what's happening.
Because at this point, he's put it together that the
Terrorists
terrorists
watching.
can see, and they can see them via the news cameras in the helicopters.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So he's making his way to the airport around the same time. Jeff Daniels has got a lock. He's got a lock on where this guy is, or who this guy is, and where he lives, or his address.
Yeah.
So he takes a team of however many guys, SWAT team members. They go to the house. They're waiting for him.
Yeah, and he like looks at the smoke alarm. Smoke alarm. The smoke alarm. The funny thing is, everything else is so grand.
Yeah.
And then they just show the smoke alarm. I wish it was like this gigantic bomb scene, but it was just this tiny little smoke alarm. And just goes beep beep beep. And then
Like,
shoot! Yeah, Jeff Daniels was like, oh no. He was so depressed. He's like, can we have a little bit more acting, Jeff?
Hey, you know, he knew his time was coming.
I guess he was just hungover though,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He was super hungover.
Yeah, I mean, would you rather die hungover, or would you rather die like healthy and aware and like kind of whoop 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 whoop?
I don't want to be hungover.
Yeah, but I feel like when you're hungover, it's like, you know how easy it is to get pissed off.
You know what? He's probably
just
like,
that dumb shit.
He's just like,
and you
just fucking kill me.
Yeah. At that point, it's like maybe it's a good thing you're hungover, and that way it's just a bit easier for you to let go of everything because you're like, man, like
So he's dead.
he's dead.
And terrorist calls Keanu.
So it's your buddy's dead.
Your buddy's dead, and Keanu almost loses it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
but then Annie pulls him back.
you talk about like, I feel like one of the things that makes a good cop is somebody who's able to, in those moments, repress their emotions.
Yeah.
Keanu does a terrific job.
He does freak out for a while though. Doesn't he? Goes, "Ah!"
Yeah, but then it's like, yeah, and he's ready.
Yeah.
So
Shows you the range of actor he is.
incredible. Yeah. Well, like, should we talk about his range?
Focus on the movie. I mean, if you want to take a little side break and talk about his range.
Let's keep going. I feel like there's much more to talk about.
Yeah.
So he's dead. So he's dead. Obviously, Keanu's upset. But then he knows that he still has to handle his business on the bus and save these people. Make it to the airport. It's like, Sandra, just keep driving,
Annie.
Annie,
Dude, you sound like him.
keep driving. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow.
Keep driving in circles. Like, okay. So they
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
they drive in circles, and
Oh, then he realizes that the terrorist mentioned Wildcat a few times.
yeah.
And
Good
he's
fun.
like, Wildcat? He looks at her
fun.
hoodie.
Good fun.
It's, I think, is it Arizona Wildcats?
Arizona Wildcats.
So he's like,
yeah.
hey, this guy's watching us from
Great football
inside.
team.
Then,
Great football team.
Is that right?
Well, I guess back in the 90s, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden he realizes there's this 7-foot by 8-foot hidden camera
Yeah.
that is staring right at them.
Yeah.
I should have known the whole time.
Yeah,
He's been
yeah.
looking at us. Annie, keep looking straight. Dude, act funny.
Yeah. He tells everybody to just keep looking straight.
Yeah.
Right?
Ortiz had the most problem with, okay,
Yeah. Okay, no problem. He's like doing his hair.
okay. Oh, hey, the coolest thing about Ortiz is when they show him on the bus for the first, like, I don't know, I want to say 20 minutes of his trip, he had his hard helmet on.
Oh yeah.
Like, isn't that unusual? Like, wouldn't you carry your hard helmet? Like, do people wear their hard helmet outside of, like...
I think in the 90s.
Okay.
And so then he calls the chief, be like, hey, this guy has a camera on the bus.
Yeah.
Chief goes to some newscaster and is like, find me this feed. And this newscaster has some attitude. He's like, play the beat. He's like, I'm playing it. I'm under a lot of stress right now. My fucking producer's on my ass. Shut up, I'm playing it. Anyways, they tape the feed of them on the bus not doing anything. Ortiz just doing his hair, and then they play it in a loop.
Yeah.
And they send it back.
Yeah.
And so the terrorist thinks that they're just chilling, just
Eyes-
on the bus,
eyes ahead,
nothing funny is happening.
Yeah.
And the plan is to then take people off the bus, and the terrorist doesn't know because he's still watching the camera.
Well, because he thinks everyone's...
Smart plan, not a brainiac plan. You think he's all brawn, but he's got some brain in there.
He's got some brain. He's got, I mean, soft-spoken. He's probably got silky black hair.
Who?
Keanu.
Okay. Well, you know he does, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Saw him in John Wick. Nice hair.
I've never seen John Wick.
Get out of here, dude.
Actually, no. I've seen the first one, not all of it.
First one's good, man. Black suit, all blacked out.
Yeah, no, that's it. I'm just
murdered out.
Yeah.
Deadly.
Okay.
And then what happens? Oh yeah, so then they bring the trailer back to the bus side, and they start getting people off the bus.
Oh, now they have a bus. Now they have an actual LA bus.
Oh yeah. You're right.
And they're now able to get people off because you're right.
The terrorist is still unaware.
Yeah.
So they get almost everybody off.
Yeah.
Except for Keanu and Sandra.
Annie.
When that happened,
I was like, yes.
my wife was just losing it, dude.
Really?
She's like, this is amazing. She loves that. Yeah, she was just like, this is amazing. Yeah. She just, very romantic for her.
Very romantic, and...
it's a kind of a romantic scene.
Oh yeah, like
how they escape.
In the heat of it. I think so, yeah.
Pretty cool.
He's like, Keanu, no, I can't do this. And he's like, just do it, man.
That's what he says.
And they get on the security hatch.
The security hatch.
Floor.
And they lay on the metal security hatch.
Yeah.
And and then somehow they release it.
Yeah.
Drops on the floor.
Yeah.
They're embracing each other.
Yeah.
Like lovers. He's keeping it protected. She's like all in there. Yeah. And it's just like this metal sheet that they're laying on.
Yeah.
And the bus goes this way.
Yeah.
And they come out the bottom. And they keep rolling. Perfect line.
Yeah, just perfect.
And they're saved.
They're saved.
The bus crashes into some type of a cargo plane.
But PC
cargo plane.
Yeah.
And somehow what happens next?
So it's towing out. And this is where I thought we'd see our second fatality, or at least, I was hoping that, he was going to be okay. And that we weren't left wondering what happened to this guy. The guy driving the tow vehicle, towing the cargo plane out. So anyway, the bus hits the plane.
Huge explosion.
Big explosion.
Oil drums probably in the plane.
Everywhere. Yeah. Oh, just popping up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what about, sure, people in the bus are okay, but what about the guy towing the plane out?
Yeah.
And sure enough,
he runs out.
Like, oh my goodness! And he starts running. So he saved as well. Keanu and Annie are lying on the ground, and of course, that's that flirtatious banter. Yeah. A few lines, and just when you think they're about to kiss and the credits are going to roll, Keanu goes, the cavalry's here. The cavalry's here. Which in my head, I'm like, oh, this ain't over. This ain't over, because you can't end this without seeing Sandra and Keanu smooch.
Exactly. And the terrorist is still at large.
The terrorist is still at large, but I feel like in all that chaos and commotion, that's like, all I wanted them to do at that moment was just to smooch.
Yeah.
And there's so much chemistry between those two, as we talked about, through the whole bus scene. But we didn't get a smooch.
No.
Told me, this ain't over. And sure enough, it ain't over. Terrorist wants his money.
Yeah, he wants $3.7 million. Big money.
Keanu says, don't tell him we survived. I think we're still on the bus.
Oh yeah, the terrorist still thinks on the bus because he's watching that video loop.
So they make it from the airport to a location.
Downtown somewhere
within,
2 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say more realistic, more like 4 minutes. And they get the $3.7 million, put it in a garbage can. Keanu's there. One mistake, if not the only mistake. he brings Sandra with him.
Yeah.
In an ambulance, and she's watching this all go down.
Yeah.
And
I'm not really sure why she's waiting there. Why didn't they just take her to the hospital?
I would have. Why would you just take her home and do her? Like, I mean,
Because the terrorist is still at large.
yeah, but come on, he doesn't need to be there for this.
Yeah, you're right. He's kind of done his part, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
he hasn't eaten or slept in a while, and
Yeah. Anyway.
he could probably use some...
Yeah, some rest and relaxation.
Yeah.
And so garbage, money in the garbage in the trash can. It's got a tracker. They don't have the tracker on. They don't. You think that someone would have said, "Hey, like, okay, test the tracker. Is it working? Cool. Put it in the trash or put it in the money. Okay, now like let's track the money the whole way." No, they turn it on like after 5 minutes of it being in the trash. Keanu, it's moving. Like, what? So he runs out, and I gotta say, this boy can run.
Yeah. Good running scenes.
And it's not
Very natural.
I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's not like he can run like fast. He just looks
Stylistically,
He
very
just
run.
looks
Yeah,
really good when he runs.
I agree. Some people try too hard, I feel like, in movies. This guy just looks good running.
Just looks good running.
Yeah.
Just looks good running. So he runs over, checks his
Great
trash
stride.
can. Not there. Money's gone.
Money's gone.
Money's gone.
Oh, then he gets a call, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Because the terrorist takes Sandy on the subway.
Yeah.
This is where we get
While
our...
this is going on, Sandra Bullock gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where we get our second fatality. The terrorist kills the subway driver.
We don't know he's dead.
He's dead, dog. He gets shot like 20 times.
A fully automatic rifle.
Yeah. And he
handcuffs Sandra
to the subway somehow, like to the pole of the subway.
Yeah.
And and then Keanu gets on the subway somehow. I forget how. Oh yeah, he's in the subway system, opens the door, gets inside.
Okay, so sorry, they see Keanu catches up to them, follows the tracker, sees the money.
Yeah.
Sandra's got a he does a freeze, like,
Oh yeah.
pop quiz, hot
asshole.
shot.
No, asshole. Pop quiz,
quiz,
asshole.
And it's like,
Okay, right, let's get it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pop quiz, asshole.
oh, Keanu, it's me, Sandra. It's me, Annie. Keanu, dude, shoot. So it's not even the guy, it's Annie. And
No, doesn't he go up on the...
hold on, he's pointing a gun at Annie. Annie's got, that's where we find out
Oh
she's
yeah,
got
yeah,
a
yeah.
bomb
Oh
vest.
yeah.
Because he goes, pop quiz.
Oh yeah, yeah. How
And
does he not know it's a woman?
That's what I'm saying. I don't quite understand that.
Anyways.
So they have, like, you know, a bit of dialogue there, and the terrorist has got a
giant
trigger,
joystick.
It looks like a what does it look like? You're right. I mean, it looks like an old video game controller.
Yeah, like a gigantic one.
Yeah. And
Like a Sega Genesis one where the one where I think that fighter jet game and you have this giant joystick, right?
That's it. Which is a lot of fun. I mean,
Which is pretty cool.
Do they have those video games? They've got to have those.
I don't think they have those joysticks anymore. Maybe they do.
No, but I mean, they have to have some sort of like simulator now for jets where you could, like, you know, like those F1 car. things that you can build at your house. I think that'd be a lot of fun to do.
That would be a lot of fun.
Anyway, so he's got his finger on the trigger. Keanu, don't shoot, else your girl gets blown to smithereens. We all actually get blown to smithereens because Keanu doesn't shoot. They get on make their way into the subway, or they're in the subway and they get on a train. And Keanu somehow sneaks onto the train as well. So it's pretty much, from what we know, it's Keanu, the bad guy, Sweet Annie, and the bus driver and the train driver.
Who's dead?
Who dies? Yeah,
He's
who
very
dies
dead.
pretty quick when he's kind of, you know, when the bad guy sees the train guy.
You know what's funny? Like, there's a lot of noise happening on the subway.
Yeah.
Right? Keanu's up top.
Yeah.
Somehow the terrorist is like, "Is that you, Keanu?"
Yeah.
And then within like
Okay.
within like 1 minute, this old man who's a terrorist is an old man. He's got to be like 60, right?
Yeah.
He's not that old, but he's pretty old.
Oh yeah.
So 1 minute he's like, "Is that you, Keanu?" And in the second minute, he's behind Keanu crawling on the That was nuts.
He's a cat.
Yeah, he really crawls like a cat.
He does. He's agile. He was agile. You could tell just by looking at the man's eyes. You could tell that he was agile.
Yeah, he's got those eyes.
Yeah, he's got agile eyes. So
They have a struggle.
they have
Epic struggle.
Epic struggle for the. Remember that all this is going on. You think it'd be as easy as, hey man, Keanu, like, you know, you've got age on your side. You clearly have looks on your side. Not that does him much good right now, but just kick him off, but he can't.
Yeah,
Because
you're right.
He needs
Oh,
that.
yes, you're right,
The
you're
trigger's
right.
being held, and he can't have the guy let go of the trigger.
Yeah, yeah. Or Sandy would die.
Or Sandy would die because she's got the explosive vest on. And I think a pretty cool way to kind of end that's not to
And
end the
he
guy's
just like
life.
pushes his head up, decapitates him.
Yeah. All the while holding on to the trigger.
Yeah,
and
that
so
was nice.
he gets the trigger. Yeah.
Let's wrap it up here.
Train's out of control. Sandy is.
No, so he tries to get Sandy off the train, but he can't because she's
Sandy's hooked
handcuffed.
in. Sandy's hooked in.
So he's like, what do I do?
And-
And he can't leave her.
Yeah.
He's kind of falling in love.
I'd say so.
So he says, you know what? Hey, speed. I'm going to increase the speed and I'm going to derail the train.
Yeah, man.
Speed again!
Oh, it keeps coming back, eh?
Yeah.
Frig.
So he floors it.
He floors it. He floors the train. Yeah. Oh, hoping to jump the tracks at the curb.
Exactly.
Because he.
He needs a map.
I love
Another
it.
map, unfinished.
No. His superior, the police chief. I feel like he always comes out of nowhere. Just Keanu finds himself in the thick of things, and all of a sudden a phone rings or something goes.
Chief is there.
So then, the Keanu runs up to the front of the bus or front of the train, realizes that he can't stop the train, and then out of nowhere, Keanu, can you hear me? Can you hear me? This is the chief. The tracks are out. But he can't message back because the radio's broken. But he can hear him.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So derails the train. The other funny part is the train is like bam, bam, just like all over the place. But inside they're just like la la la. They're holding each
Because
other.
they're in love.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they're in love.
That's the way love is.
Yeah, it's
Right?
like that's the way
Outside
love
could be
should
turmoil, but when you're holding each other, it's beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
And keep that peace.
Yeah. I feel like that's
That was nice.
That's called like
And then
yeah.
the trains crash. They're inside making out like super hard. And
well-
there's a giant crowd. Everybody's watching. Everyone's clapping. Some guy with a camera shows up. He's videoing.
Yeah.
Nice ending.
I think it was a good ending. I was when they smooched, I was expecting like fireworks. I didn't get that.
That was nice.
I mean, like it was. I guess so, but it's just like two like pencily thin lips kind of touching. I was expecting more of like, and I think
passion?
yeah, I think so. Like it was just a sloppier kiss, maybe. A little like.
Yeah, that movie
like
was fairly PG-13ish. I
juices.
feel like not like Face Off. Face Off was really pushing the line.
Wow, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That dialogue.
Two different movies, but I think now that now that we're kind of going over the end and that kiss, the fact that they never got together, or at least from what we know, they never. They may have had crushes on each other.
No, they got together. What do you mean?
Sandra Bullock, but as like real humans.
Oh yeah.
You were saying that
They never got together.
that they both had crushes on each other while they were filming that movie, and you could kind of that kiss, you could just tell it was never meant to be.
Yeah, that's too bad. You're right. That's a good point. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up our second episode. So please comment. Let us know what movies you want us to watch next.
Thespian handshake. I'm waiting for you. Thespian thoughts.
Hey, can you just do a quick Ortiz impersonation?
So today I'm gonna make for you. No, you can't. Listen, Ortiz. You watch the movie and you're gonna be like, wow, Ortiz was nothing like the guy. Like
He spoke like a normal person.
he was a man of all men, man.
Yeah, he was actually. He was the man. He was a hero.
Yeah, Ortiz very much was a hero. Whatever happened to the guy that killed or that shot Sammy the bus driver?
I feel like he just kind of like walked away.
Spin-off? Could you imagine?
Fugitive.
That's how a Fugitive movie starts.
I guess so.
That's right.
That guy turns into Wesley Snipes.
Anyways, that leads into our next movie.
U.S. Marshals.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's a sick movie, dude.
Is Wesley Snipes in U.S. Marshals? Is that
I think The
Harrison
Fugitive
Ford?
is with Harrison Ford, and the next one is with U.S. Marshals with Wesley Snipes. The second one. They're both standalone.
Okay, yeah. They're
Both really good.
Just delicious movies.
Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh, I'm a huge Tommy Lee Jones
Tommy
guy.
Lee Jones.
eh?
What a name, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's great.
Frig. Okay. Hey, listen. We appreciate it. We appreciate all you, and...
Comment and subscribe.
Hey guys, comment. Hey guys, it's me. We're just comment.
You know,
Surprise.
I'm going to end it here then.